This is a prime example of why it is so important to have buyer representation when shopping for property in Spain. Now, here it's pretty typical for people to go directly to a listing agent and negotiate with them. However, as you can see here, this property was listed for 559, dropped to 520, but this flyer suggests that the seller is willing to take 480 and possibly less. And you would only know this if you had your own buyer representation who understood the market and could negotiate for you rather than just going directly to the listing agent who would love to sell the property for 559. What follows is a quick clip from my interview with Tice Morgan. She's one of the people who joined me on the Expat Sea scouting trip through Spain, and we viewed property together. Take a listen.
So that was a great example of that. If you come in and you just contact one of the listing agents, you might be paying 50,000 more than what that seller was actually willing to take for the property. Other thing that I just want to plug here, since we're having this conversation, is the importance of not just contacting a listing agent on Idealista. If you see a property that you like and you contact the listing agent on Idealista, let's say they're with Lucas Fox, you are now a Lucas Fox client. If you decide 3 months later that you want to see another property and you want your buyer's agent to represent you, they'll say, no, this person is our client already. They've already contacted us. So this is why it's so important that you do not contact properties directly, that you find your trusted person and you let them make those contacts for you, because you could end up in a situation where you want representation and you can't have it because the property that you want to buy, that company already considers you their client because you contacted them at some point. And because properties are shared and they're all over the place, you might not even know that you've agreed to allow this company to represent you. Do not contact anybody. Find your person, let them represent you, and go from there. That's my soapbox. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk.
I love it. And I wholeheartedly agree, especially here in the States, you would have representation. So why would you not want to have representation in another country with another language that you're not entirely familiar with and a whole process that's different than what you would have in the United States?